What's going on? So I'm going to address this one more time. Skip Bayless did not learn from his hero Howard Cossell or Jimmy the Greek or Brett Musburger. You're being a white commentator when you have a strong black co-figure in a Shannon Sharp. You don't learn how to play off of it. Or like how Ernie Johnson does with Charles Barkley, learn how to play off of it. Skip ran his mouth and his white privilege got in the way. Now, he was raised by a black woman, so he claims, he talks about it, and he been around black athletes, and he still is befuddled, and he wonders why Kareem Abdul-Jabbar didn't take him serious and why Kareem stood him up, and how he worships at the altar of Michael Jeffrey Jordan, but he always is quick to brag about Tom Brady, who was a great football player. You can make the case as the GOAT, definitely as the quarterback. But when you downplayed Shannon Sharp's collaborative role with you, your white privilege card came out. Your white arrogance and ego came out. Oh, you held Michael Jackson and Prince in high regard musically, and you held Prince as far as your stage, and you love that. And you will go into that saying that. But you will always still think like a white man who's going to always look for something. And I know you've got black constituents on your shows. You got Paul Pierce, Richard Sherman, Keyshawn Johnson, what have you. And I know we know, but you still showed your true self against Shannon Sharp. Richard Sherman and almost had a couple pieces with you. Keyshawn is trying real hard to act on TV because he needs this job bad to keep his box in line. And he knows that he's a third wheel on most shows, just like Sherm does too. Sherm can articulate as a degree, but Sherm has those anger issues, and he needs to show. And Michael Irvin just seemed like he'd be high, and he can't wait to find a camera, any camera that'll take him, because with his credentials and his credibility, he would be a good sidekick. But he's so animated, like he's Randy, like he's a black version of Randy Savage, that you just, well, somebody about to bite into my son, Jim. And like he always seems like he's just exuberant, but he wasn't a threat to you. None of them were a threat to you. Paul Pierce, as good as he is, and he has good time and everything, is not a threat. Shannon Sharp was. That's where the white privilege and white supremacy comes in. And you didn't learn from Howard Cossell. Cossell got in an era where you could say those kind of things. And it did cost him with Alvin Garrett and the monkey remark on Monday Night Football. It did eventually get to him. Because all the banter with him and Ali, but it did get to him. Al Campanese, who was the LA Dodgers, Jermaine made his remarks on Ted Koppel Nightline, you remember, go back in time. Jimmy the Greek about the black athletes and, the fields and everything. And he got fired for what he said, even though he didn't say anything that most wouldn't agree with. He just can't say that. But is it political correctness or is it political truth? You tell me. But why is Skip Bayless, who tries to come across prim, proper, fresh and fitty, white privilege got him? And it was his ego and his demise. And no one's going to feel sorry for him. You treating Shannon Sharp like he was Ed McMahon, like he was Doc Severinsen, like he was the Tonight Show band, when he was your equal. Imagine that. Black man was your equal, and what started off as a joke became a standard. How many times do you got to stop being a joke and become a standard that you are on equal footing? And Skip Bayless tell you like this. You were a better version of Jim Rome, who's still out there doing his wax shows. You're better, more. You got over in ways that Dan Patrick can't with his whackness. I respect his sports knowledge, but I don't really think much of him and Rich Eisen, all of them. Because to me, they get white dudes these shows and they get to blow up and they have a token brother or somebody around or something like that. But when they really get threatened, see, the thing about it, Skip took on a whole different identity to be the villain. He didn't want to be like Pardon in Russia and be like Tony Kornheiser and his Wilborn. The white cats are very cautious what they say about Skip. But see, Skip took it to another level. It's like, I gotta be the villain. I gotta be the bad guy. I gotta debate. And it has its place. Except when you meet your match. Shannon Sharp was his match. And you know good and well, them Fox executives were watching Cat Williams just like everybody else was on the Club Shay Shay. And they're like, Skip, how come you can't do that? Skip, there is no white comedian right now that Can I say this legally? There is no white comedian that has the kind of intrigue Cat Williams does to sit on your couch. There's not a white entertainer, unless you maybe Taylor Swift, but she ain't really that compelling. Who's gonna get you attention like that? Black man did. Think about it. Regardless of how I feel about Cat Williams and some of the antics and some of the shuffling that Shannon Sharp does, two black men broke the record on these YouTube streets. Let that sink in. And you think that don't travel down Madison Avenue or out to LA? Even though I know Skip is all pally rally with Lil Wayne and Undisputed and all that, ring it and you auto tuning it, doesn't matter. You got to bring results. And when you mess up, they're not gonna give you. This is the reason why white privilege is alive and well. When Shannon Sharp didn't show up that first night after Darren Hamlin, the Buffalo Bills, when it went down, that should have been a message to Skip to shut up and get this ship right. But then to go on him like that personally, lucky you didn't get the Will Smith 2-piece KFC special. But even further than that them white folks didn't pull your card and say you're gone because you upset this. And see, Shannon played it smart to a T. He beat him at his own game. He picked his exit strategy and he was smart. 1 year to the date. Now that is understanding your worth, but also understanding how the game is, how cold it is. So Skip, you're going to pretty much be almost retired unless you do. Mason Cameron offering you a chance to get on their show. I think you should take that up. You need some hood credibility. You need some credibility. Unless you decide to go in full white mode and rant and rave and, get Trump-like or something like that. You might try to want to get some style back because you got hit bad. You took a major L. But you didn't learn from Howard Cossell and you didn't learn from Jimmy the Greek. And sometimes white privilege can backfire on you when you least expect. But believe me, you ain't the only one. Others get it, but they got you into a real unique stratosphere. So do you become like Bob Costas, lightweight, and give that fluff on CNN and do that, or what do you do? Meanwhile, Stephen A. still on ESPN. Your options, Skip. Please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another shit if you like. Also, feel free to donate the membership. And if you donate, I will bring in more videos and will take requests. You have a good day. Stay safe. Stay blessed. I'm out. Peace.